Well, the referee is Mr. Alan Church from Wellington, and he'll certainly have his hands full this afternoon out here on the Wigham Park turf. Big crowd here to witness his proceedings, and of course the clash. Well, the ball's played. They start to use the big prop forwards, and Samano, he's knocked over just short of the quarter-way line. Plays it. Here we go, the second row of green now. Bust and run up towards the quarter-way line. He goes before the West Coast defence go and meet him. A referee says you're inside the fight. Well, he's blowing his whistle twice, says the West Coast crowd over there at the Wigham Park stand, and the kick right out in front. Well, here's a gift, Smithy. Well, gift wrapped.
It's a gift wrapped, right, but the referee didn't rule that was inside the 5. Paulie's ruling there that the Troyford side, he put his fist into the attacker there, in the tackle, Paul, and he's been penalised right out in front of his own goal post. Grandstand touch there as the West Coast put down a scrum. They come up with the pill. Now he pumps away, does Phil Campbell. He picks up his winger McEnroe, but the defence get across there and close the door on McEnroe.
First scrum of the match been won by the West Coast. Now they use the stand and bust his way upfield, delivers, been knocked back, carry on, says the callers. Couldn't take it. John Green's been picked up by Boyd Kilkelly, the centre in possession for West Coast. Kilkelly will play it. Green talking to the referee, and get off the call, said the crowd, and they roar out here at Wigham Park. 2-0 Canterbury in front, but a penalty's gone to the West Coast side. Well, Logan Edwards all over the top of Kilkelly, wouldn't get off him. The referee had no option, Mr. Church. He's given the penalty to Phil Campbell, the West Coast side, right out in front, but it's midway, quarter-way and halfway inside the Canterbury half. But fell straight ahead kick. Has Campbell got the distance, Wayne Smith?
Well, we'll soon see after he takes the kick, Paul, that's for sure, but that was a bad play by Logan Edwards that time. He thought Kilkelly lost the ball. He tried to claim it. They tried to have it, and then the referee asked him to get off and let him have the ball back. He wouldn't. He says, I want this ball. He gave the penalty away. Silly penalty by Edwards there, and let's hope they pay the penalty.
Well said, Smithy. Great alliteration there by Wayne Smith. Let's hope they pay the penalty, says the West Coast crowd as well. Echoed right across this Wigham Park Stadium. Well, great crowd out here to witness this match. What a match it should be too, and no doubt everybody looking forward with proceedings on the Wigham Park turf. Well, Campbell comes back now, strikes a nice looking kick here by Campbell. Oh, it's been flagged away. Well, he had the height, he had the distance, didn't quite have the direction, and the Canterbury side will bring it back to the quarter-way line, drop out on the quarter line. But good kick by Campbell, just a bit of direction wanted that time, Smithy.
Mawiga keeps it alive. Campbell's got the runners in big stand, and he puts a lordy pop pass over the top.
They've got it out wide. Sogan pops it up, and he's got the try. Murray Brown, he'll go in. Great play from West Coast. Well, it had to come. Constant pressure. They worked the plan move, and finally Brown's gone in the corner, and well, it just shows they can breach that Canterbury defence.
Well, they certainly have. They had the moves going forward. They had the holes in the centre. The Canterbury boys, they had to get back and cover those holes. There was an overlap. Brown was standing out on the winger's hand. We had the 2-on-1 situation. We did the right thing, and we got the 4-pointer midway. Goalpost and touchline, Paul, so a kick to come about where the penalty started when Phil Campbell said, let's have 6 tackles in hand. Quarter line and halfway is big Gavin Forsyth, plots it out a metre over the quarter.
So it's 4 points all. Nothing in this game, nothing in this action-packed clash out here at Wigham Park. The tap ball's taken. Dumlow gets a taste of the ball, runs hard, runs straight. War right into the pack he goes before they put him on the ground. Quick play of the ball. And West Coast, well, they're under the post and scored. Well, Forsyth, well, quick play the ball. They moved it across, and they've got the try. Well, it had to come. Dumlow, first taste of the ball for Dumlow, and he's crossed. Oh, it's great for West Coast. Donny Monk, the coach, will be happy, Smithy. Good play from the red and whites.
Oh, plan move there by the red and whites, by the West Coast. They brought on big Dumlow, changed the play, hit the line hard. He got up and played the ball. Big Brent Stewart come up, took the ball up hard to the line of defence, but he turned, did the fill in, Paul. They filled a quick fill in to the player there, fed it out to big Troy Forsyth. Then he just sliced right through them like a knife through butter, Paul, to use a term you've used before, and he got the 4-pointer.
And Campbell successful with the kick. West Coast in front, 10 points to 4 over the Canterbury side. A star-studded Canterbury team too. This West Coast side not lying down here at Wigham Park this afternoon. Action-packed rugby league they're playing. What a game of rugby league it is. The supporters out here really enjoying the clash of the two sides. And, well, good tries. Good try by Forsyth. Good conversion there by Campbell. 10 points to 4. That's how it is.
Certainly how it is, Paul. And looks like we're going to take this... the Wallace off. He's been hurt. He's still been lying down here. The Canterbury side, of course, have been defending with 12 players, of course, Paul. They've got 39 now. The players come on. They haven't taken Wallace off as yet. They brought the stretcher out, so it looks like a fairly serious injury. It's not a back injury though. He's just might be a hip or a leg or an ankle probably.
Scrum goes down, Mawika gets it, comes off the boots of Forsyth, out it comes to Campbell, coming into the line is Stewart, fires a nice pass up to Kilkelly, bit of room to move, they close in on him, in comes Bernie Green, he's still going Green, oh they hold him up a metre short, great play, quick hands by the West Coast, one tackle, only a metre from the Canterbury line, now Brent Stewart busts his way up, turns, pirouettes, and he's in for the try, yes he's in for the try they say, referee blows the whistle, West Coast are rampant out here at Wigham Park.
Well, you can't stop a raging bull when Stewart comes in like that. He turned, he twisted, he did everything but dance, Paul. He took on the defence. They're big players there, those Canterbury players. They couldn't stop the captain. He said, give me the ball. This time he took it and he had the 4-pointer.
Oh, what a try, what a pressure. The scrum over the far side. Well, there you go. If things don't go right for you, they certainly go wrong. And the kick taken by the Canterbury side, line kicked over the far side, went out on the full. From there, the West Coast side had the penalty, they kicked, they got a scrum, they didn't go out into touch, won the scrum, 2 tackles, and we're in with the pirouetted try of Brent Stewart, the skipper this afternoon for the West Coast side, takes West Coast up to 12, Canterbury 2 penalties still on number 4, so we've got a kick to come from Campbell. Great rugby league, Smithy.
Great rugby league, Paul, 14 points to 4 with the kick to come from Phil Campbell. Certainly determined try at that time by Captain Stewart.
So it'll stay at 14-4. Here comes the kick now, they come back, up go the flags. Well, one touch judge had a look at the other touch judge. Both flags waved in the Wigham Park here. And, well, they've cut the deficit just that slightly part by another 2 points. 14-6 is the score on the board.
So we'll have a scrum about 8 metres out from the Canterbury line. Pressure from the West Coast side once again as they win the scrum.
And Forsyth goes off the back, Mawika gets off as the extra man, goes up to Stewart, and Stewart's in! Wow, what a rehearsed move! I watched them work on Sunday afternoon out here at Wigham Park, the West Coast side. It's a planned move. Forsyth took the ball out, propped Mawika as the extra man, got it up to Stewart. No one at home there, Smithy on the wing. Where was Sedu? Stewart's in for 4 points.
Back to 6 they are, Forsyth. There's pressure on the coastline now. They got 6 as they regroup. It comes out to John Green. He steps inside. He looks like he's going right in and he gets the try.
Oh, good try. The pressure was coming. Logan Edwards created pressure, made something out of nothing that time, put the pressure right on West Coast. They had the line across, but Green, he's a stepper, he's a good, hard second rower, and the pressure right on, that the gates opened up, and he's gone in for a well-earned 4-point. Good pressure, Canterbury, that time. So 18 points to 10. Dunn will attempt the conversion. Next, crucial 2 points too for the Canterbury side if Dunn can get this. Dunn comes back, oh he sliced it, he's missed it, and well it'll stay at 10. West Coast holding on to that 8-point margin at the moment over Canterbury. What a game of rugby league as we get into the last quarter out here at Wigham Park. Atkinson, good defence too from the hook of a West Coast. Woodham now gets his pass across field to Edwards. Edwards been bowled into touch from the tenacious West Coast defence. The flag goes up over the far side.
They just can't handle that defence over there, Paul. Anywhere near the line and that Coasters just bundled them out.
18 points to 10. We've had tries for West Coast by Brown, Forsyth, Stewart and Zero Stewart, the winger for West Coast. A conversion by Campbell. For the Canterbury side at the moment, we've had 3 penalty goals by Paul Dunn, the fullback, and a good try a couple of minutes ago by, of course, John Green, the skipper for the Canterbury side. That's how it is at the moment, 18-10. What a game of rugby league as McEnroe chimes from dummy half, right on the quarter line inside the Canterbury half, 15 metres from the broadcast in touch. Here comes the pressure again from the West Coast side. Mawika feeds Forsyth, Troy Forsyth the loose forward, but the big players held up as they home in on him. And he goes to ground, and the referee not happy with the confrontation.
Well, he called hell, Paul. I'm not a great agreement with this. I reckon you got to put the man on the ground. The referee said that was a hell tackle because they couldn't move Forsyth, and we're having a penalty right out in front. And I'll say Phil Campbell will take a kicker goal. No, looks like we've got to change the kicker. Craig Mawika looks like he's going to take the kick here.
Fairly good kicker too of the ball is Mawika. Takes most of his shots at goal for his local Warwick club. And, well, penalty, of course, awarded to Forsyth, Troy Forsyth. It's right out in front, right on the quarter line. And, well, like I said, Smithy, 2 points would be nice for the West Coast side.
Certainly would be nice, Paul. It means that they'll have to get 2 tries and convert one to draw even. So 2 converted tries for Canterbury to win if Craig Mawika can slot this one over. I hope they win the game. The coast side deserve the winner. We've got about 18 minutes of rugby league as Mawika comes back to kick this ball.
Mawika comes back, strikes, casual looking kick. He's caressed leather, hits leather, and it's straight between the uprights. Wow, what a kick. He can kick the ball, Mawika. He says that's how you put them between the posts, Phil Campbell, and that's how it is at the moment. 20 points to 10.
Certainly good, and it's still going, Paul. As the pressure comes on again, it comes out to Logan Edwards again. Bernie Green tries to make the tackle. He keeps the ball alive. It comes back to Doreen now. He's got the pace to beat Twist. He tries to run around Forsyth. He doesn't do that, though.
Troy Forsyth, jersey tackle that time. Just got the threads from his jersey, pulled him to ground, but he's quick to his feet. The ball's played to Green, comes up to Simanu. Simanu, one-handed pass. He turns it back infield to Doreen. Doreen throws a bit of a dummy. He's right out in front of the post. They hold him up. Last tackle coming up for Canterbury. Where's the West Coast defence? They're at 6s and 7. Where the little stab kick goes through. There's no one at home out wide, and they're in for the try. Carl Hall picked it up, and he's gone over in the corner for Canterbury. Well, the pressure, it had to come. West Coast couldn't sustain that attack, and a good 4-pointer to the Canterbury team. So West Coast use both their reserves at the moment. Brown will get up and play it. Slow to his feet. They use the orange roughie. Dumlow comes up towards the halfway before he's knocked over by Twist. Plays it. 2 tackles gone. Now Stewart runs hard. Oh, goes in. Logan Edwards over the top. Stewart ducked under the tackle. He'll get up and play it. Now we've got Mawika. He's got Kilkelly. Been bumped back by Simanu. Simanu knocks him back. Kilkelly back slammed to ground on the halfway before he'll get up and play. Tackles running out now for West Coast. Dumlow again. Well, he's not coming onto its speed, Dumlow, that time, Smithy.
No, standing too flat that time. We've only got about 2 tackles left. The Coasters, they've got to do something. They're only on halfway. We've got to put pressure on this Canterbury. David Stewart comes in. He tries to pump away, but around his legs there's the little Neville Wooden, the replacement halfback.
Last tackle now on the West Coast side. Stewart calls for, puts a high floating kick. Well, it's a high one. Where's Dunn? Dunn's right underneath it. He's like a statue. Took it well, and he's taken the West Coast players with him inside his quarter line. They knock the fullback over, drag the ground. Dunn gets up, plays. They start to shuffle it away. Still got it. The Canterbury side. 2 tackles gone on the quarter line. Centre field, Duran will play.
Brings it up to Gary Leck. He steps well. He's been stepping well all day. This Leck. He's a dangerous player, but he can't bust through there. The 2 front rowers, Atkinson and Kilkelly, make that tackle.
24 points, 20 points to 14 is the score on the board as John Green tries to line kick and find touch over the broadcasting side. He couldn't do it, and Murray Brown's plucked it out of the ground. Brown comes upfield before Green knocks him over in a good tackle. He'll get up and play. McEnroe hasn't seen much play this afternoon, McEnroe's wing, and he's literally wrestled to the ground by Simano. Underneath, wrapped his legs together was Woodham. Good defence from Canterbury now is a combination from the Warwick teammates there in Kevin Kilkelly and Mawika. Craig Mawika combined just inside the halfway line. The pivot again, Mawika sends the ball along to Kilkelly. On to Brent Stewart it goes. He stands on the tackle. They can't put him down 10 metres inside the Canterbury half. It's all West Coast at the moment. Now the kick from Forsyth. Kicks it over the feet. Regathers. He's got Mawika with though. He goes into... he had Mawika outside him unmarked. Forsyth went himself. There's a scramble for the ball. Well, certain 4-pointer went begging.
Takes the kick. He'll got to try and find the halfway mark for here.
75th Jubilee year for West Coast, and they're playing well as Stewart line kicks and drop kicks from under the post. Finds Simcock running off him as done. He runs hard, he runs straight, and he's knocked over just out from the quarterway, 10 metres from that grandstand side. They play the ball, 1 tackle gone. Canterbury, where will they go? They'll use Simcock. He goes the blind side, back into the fray, but the forwards for the West Coast hold him and ride him to ground, and he plays it again. Quick hands again, this Canterbury side throwing everything at the West Coast line. Can they hold Wayne Smith?
Well, they've held us 3 more to go. As it goes out to Woodham now, he holds the ball, starts to step back and looks for it, pops the ball back to the Canterbury. They make the error, picks up Simcock again. They keep it alive, they keep it going. We've had 4 now, Paul.
Forsyth on the ground there too. There's bodies everywhere. The ball spilled forward, and the referee he blows his whistle, and the siren goes, and the full-time hooter is sounded here at Wigham Park. The full-time hooter is sounded, and West Coast, the cheer girls come on. The crowd stand and applaud out here at Wigham Park. What a tenacious, battling, fighting effort from West Coast to come out victorious over this Canterbury side. 20 points to 14, Wayne Smith. Full credit to Don Monk and the West Coast team. They've certainly played well out here this afternoon.
Certainly played well, Paul, and they were just about walking dead in the West Coast of defence. They were rattled. They knew the pressure was on, and they just managed to hold out this tenacious Canterbury attack. They left their attack to too late. The Coasters put the points on the board early, Paul, and I feel they deserve this game today.
Great game of rugby league, great game of rugby league. Action-packed afternoon out here this afternoon, especially the big match. Well, Canterbury, Frank Endicott's got a lot of homework to do. West Coast certainly playing top rugby league to win this match. They had constant pressure on for 80 minutes and they've come out victorious over Canterbury. Well, for the West Coast team, we had tries by Brown, Troy Forsyth. We had Brent Stewart scored a good try, as did Zero Stewart, the winger for West Coast. One conversion by Campbell and a penalty goal by Craig Mawika brought West Coast up to 20. For the Canterbury side, we had 3 early penalty goals by Paul Dunn, the fullback for Canterbury, a try by John Green, a good try it was too, and we also had a try by Hall, a heady try when the chip kick was kicked along the flanks of the West Coast side. No one at home back there. Hall gathered it up and scored a great 4-pointer, conversion unsuccessful. That's how it was, 20 points to 14. What a game it's been, and the player of the day, of course, named out here was the West Coast skipper, the second rower, Brent Stewart, had a great game, and I think Wayne Smith, Craig Mawika had a top game as well.
Certainly did, Paul. I couldn't pick any players out there that stood out above each other. I thought the Troy Forsyth off the back had a great game too. He really featured in some of the moves today, Paul. He got 1 try and possibly created 2 of them. So a great game by all out here today, and it's hats off to that West Coast side for beating this talented Canterbury team.
John Green stood out for the Canterbury pack, as did Logan Edwards. Top game by Edwards. Wallace was in all sorts of form till he went off injured, but in all a great game of rugby league, a team effort, won out here this afternoon. West Coast victorious, 20 points to 14.